True, there was a woman. Yes, she did it fast my way.
Good evening, everybody, again. It's time to start. Sorry for being a bit late. All blame is going to the young scientists. They were discussing, and still doing it, which is good, actually. My name is Matthias Gauli. I'm the president of Eaap, and you are at the conference of the Eaap. So if you're expecting a movie, Justin Bieber on stage, not tonight, but I can promise what we'll have is even more exciting, a couple of issues. Organizing a conference like this is very challenging. Therefore, we are extremely thankful that people taking this challenge and organizing this. So to mention two people, it's the head of the local organizing committee. It's Dr. Tomasz Kiwaj, who will speak to us in a second. And I have to mention the person who's probably doing most of the work beside the team, which is Hadia. And I know she hates that I force her to stand up so that we can give you a hand, Hadia. Thank you very much for all the work you did. Having close to 1,000 participants is already a big success, and close to 10% are coming from outside Europe, which is included 47 people coming from the United Kingdom. I hope very much, well, sorry, sir. No, I had to make this joke, sorry. I hope very much that you're going to enjoy this conference. I had only the pleasure to take part of one of the sessions, which was really more than interesting. But being at the conference is especially a place where you can meet people, and I say this especially to the young scientists, which came a bit late, just to mention this again. Meeting people here and making long-term relations, scientifically, but also friends, is the highest value we can offer to you at the Eaap. So use the chance, talk to as many people as possible, and I'm pretty sure that you will come again because you will never, ever leave the family again. Thank you very much. I want directly hand over the microphone to our local organizer, Tomasz. I want to ask you to come up here and say a few words.
Thank you, President. Welcome, all of you, to the Estonia. So, on behalf of the Minister of Rural Affairs and also on the behalf of the Organizing Committee, it's really nice to welcome all of you here in Tallinn. So, we already mentioned, or President mentioned, UK as a very important player in this meeting, and also it was a player for us because when we planned this meeting, then it was planned to be before our presidency of the European Union, but suddenly it happened to be exactly on the same time as we are holding the presidency of the EU. So. But anyway, I hope that it will work well. And so what I would like to say is that it's not very easy task for the small country like Estonia to host such an important and large meeting. So it took all of our organizing committee to work very intensively. So we have our University of Life Sciences and also our Veterinary and Food Board and also Ministry who participated in the local organizing committee very actively. So we hope that the outcome, so the conference where we are now, will go smoothly. So I heard that already today we had, or you had, some small problems, but I hope that we will overcome those. So I heard that the session dealing with animal welfare was tackling with a high stock intensity. So, but I hope that it was just a temporary problem, and we will not see such a problems in the future. And last but not least, I hope that you will get a small possibility also to be introduced to our capital and also to Estonian countryside. So I wish in the end all the best for all those days to you, and thanks for coming.
Thank you very much for these very nice words. We will immediately continue and starting one of probably the most important points we have tonight, the giveaway of the the Royal Award, and I want to ask Erling to come up on the stage and say a couple of words.
Thank you. So EAP is this year giving the Leroy Award to Professor Lutz Bunger for his involvement, his knowledge, drive, and enthusiasm in developing wide-scale use and uptake of computer tomography in the industry for sheep genetic improvement. His personal commitment to develop networks, helping to disseminate this expertise at an international level, has very much moved the science forward and perhaps more importantly, helped to ensure that the findings are applied at an international industry level. Those that know Lutz, I can hardly see him here over the flowers. Maybe he doesn't see me either, which is a good thing. They are aware that he started, well, both his life and his career in East Germany. And after his PhD in 1979 in Dummersdorf or Rostock, he worked for 15 years for what was called the Model Animal Laboratory at the Research Center for Animal Production in Dummersdorf. And after that, he came to Edinburgh to work with Bill Hill and then continue his work on mice genetics. So Lutz's work was focused on experimental population genetics in mice, and he focused on traits like growth, behavior, body composition, coat color, fertility, obesity, and many other interesting biological traits. Notice I said he focused on all of these traits. The work included more theoretical aspects of genetic theory and like genetic drift, selection plateaus, and correlated effect, as well as some exciting gene discoveries. And I think it was from this enormous contribution to the understanding of genetics in mice that he became affectionately known as the Mouse Man. That's not a Marvel comic, by the way. Maybe as an attempt to get away from that name, he started to work with sheep at Scottish Agricultural College in 2002. As a leader of the growth genetics team, where his extensive knowledge of body composition, growth, and metabolism instead was targeted towards the UK sheep meat industry. The computer tomography scanner that was available at Bush Estate at that time extended Lutz's research interest a lot towards this CT scanning, and this has remained the focus of his research during his time at SAC, or now SRUC. And as a leader of the EU Farm Animal Imaging Cost Action Project, he's very successfully brought together imaging experts from around the world, leading to a large increase in the pace of development in this area worldwide. So among the most recent science utilizing CT scan for sheep meat production that he has pioneered and worked with includes new aspects of meat quality and also spinal attributes for inclusion into the UK sheep breeding programs. These achievements, they show the need to use this versatile but accurate phenotyping in modern sheep breeding programs for improved lean meat production, eating quality, and potentially also health traits. Adding the potential to combine CT scans with genomics will make it one of the most useful technologies for genetic improvement in not only sheep, but in livestock in general. I think that Lutz has a dedication to his subject that is probably unprecedented within SAC and SRUC. And he has well over 160 peer-reviewed papers, and I don't even want to think about how many conference abstracts he might have. So surely he must be arguably one of the most prolific scientists at SIC in the history of SAC and SRUC. His wealth of research experience in the genetics of mice, and then followed actually in pigs, that I didn't mention, and over to sheep, and in traits ranging from fitness and litter size to carcass traits and meat quality, means that he has an impressive knowledge base, and he's also never reluctant to show a few PowerPoint slides about any subject he would like to talk about. So, with these words, it's our great pleasure to present the Leroy Award for 2017 to Professor Lutz Bunger.
I really don't want to bore you with some thank yous, but I have to thank you. I have to thank all the teams I've worked in the last 40 years with. They are, without them I wouldn't be here, without them and without my family, because when you work 24/7, then there's not much time for the family. So they had to understand that, of course. And yeah, I think if you want to hear the full story, it's tomorrow 12 o'clock in the same place. Then you will hear more of the acknowledgements and you see some slides of what I actually did. Okay, thank you also for Erling for the kind words he found for me. Okay, and thank you for being here.
Just to avoid any misunderstandings, Lutz, you have to give the plate back to the office. You can keep it for tonight, but tomorrow we want to see it back. Congratulations, very well done. I want to remind you that Lutz is giving a speech tomorrow after the plenary session, so don't miss this one. You may even have noticed that Lutz was changing his name when he was going to Scotland, from Bunger to Bunger. It's just because the Scottish colleagues have problem with the Ü. Still okay. We still accept you as in German. We move on to the Distinguished Service Awards, which we're giving away to people which have served the Eaap a lot, supported us on many levels. The first one is Henna Simiana, who has actually supported the Commission of Genetics for quite a while. The second reason why we're giving him the award is that he has never joined this evening, so we were forcing him to come here at least one time. Lotta is giving away the award. Please come here.
Hello, everyone. So, Henna Simianer from Germany. He was a PhD student at the University of Gießen and made a postdoc in Guelph, and is now, since 2001, professor in animal breeding and genetics at Georg August University in Göttingen, where he's also the Dean for Research. And Henna's research area includes quantitative genetics, design of breeding programs, genomics, genetic modeling, and much, much more. Henna has also been supervisor of almost 30 PhD students, and several of them have studied animal genetic resources in low-income countries. Have you heard about the Göttingen mini pig? A model animal used for many different purposes all over the world. And Henna has been involved in so many studies of that mini pig in different aspects, but also worked with several other species, and lately even plants. His work ranged from theoretical studies of genetic models to applied, hands-on studies of breeding. And now analyzing whole genome sequence data to understand and explain to us how selection works on a DNA level. But apart from all that in research and also education, Henner is a teacher also. Henner is a very important person for EAP. He was president of the Genetics Commission for 6 years, and genetics is a large commission with lots of work to do. And Henner, you have always done it with great enthusiasm. You've been an appreciated member of the scientific committee with your wise and sharp input. If you think something is wrong or needs to be improved, you say it. And that's good for the development of EAP. You know, EAP has a journal called Animal Frontiers, and last year Henner was co-editor of an issue dedicated to animal genomics, and I think it's the best issue of Animal Frontiers so far. And my own experience from the EAP conferences is that if I know Henner is sharing a session, I know everything will be all right. But I've also asked some of your colleagues and friends about you. And you seem to like structure and order, so I've sorted their words for you. Helpful, hard-working head elaborates endless equations, numerous numbers, no nonsense, never. Enthusiastic editor, respected researcher. Straightforward, smart scientist, invents innovative implications, making mathematical models modify mini-pigs. Interested in analyzing animals, nature. Esteemed educator, rightfully rewarded right now. So please come here.
So, Lotta, thanks a lot for these very kind words, and thanks to whatever committee has made this decision to make this decision. Of course, I take it as it is that it's not so much a reward for me, but also for my work here at EAP, especially as president of the Genetics Commission, and I know that all commissions of EAP are great, but genetics is very great, and it was always a pleasure to be president of this commission, because usually, you know, things are working if you don't need volunteers as speakers or as chairpersons, or when we put together this Animal Frontiers issue to find authors. That was always a piece of cake, so it was really fun to be president of this commission. Of course, it's also nice that this is sort of acknowledged by this award. So thanks a lot, and keep going to genetic sessions.
If you think about service and you think about EAP, automatically one name comes to your mind, and this is Mike Jacobs. And Andrea, you will have the pleasure to say a couple of words, please.
Mike, as Matthias says, is a guy that you can see at the photo. Mike is like an institution. For some of us, recognizing him and noticing his polite manners is a clear sign that we are at EAP annual meeting. It's something like a Christmas tree is a clear sign of winter holidays. Mike is a sign of EAP meeting. Mike Jacobs was born in a farm on Vierengiververf, the Netherlands, 4 meters below the sea level. Maybe that's why he's so tall. and about 60 kilometers above Amsterdam and near Hippolytushof, the village north of the Netherlands, known only to Mike, Martin Scholten, and me, but this is another story we can tell another time. Mike went to Wageningen in 1989 to study crop science and graduated in 1995 as an agronomist on a thesis about sugar beets. Sugar beets? As part of his study, he spent 3 months in Brazil. Okay, now we understand why about sugar beets. After graduation, Mike worked in different projects at Wageningen University before continuing his career in publishing in 1997 at Wageningen Pears. Shortly after, Wageningen Pears had passed through some big change, and Mike and 2 colleagues took the initiatives and started Wageningen Academic Publishers in 2002. But we knew him before than 2002. He started working for Eaap in 1998, just after the Warsaw meeting precedent to the last one. So that says a lot about his long career here. And attended his first Eaap conference in 1999 in Zurich at the 50th anniversary. Tallin is his 19th Eaap annual meeting in a row without missing one. I guess this is a record. He did better than me, and I asked to raise their hands if someone really did better than him, not missing one of the last 19 Eaap annual meetings. I see no hands here. Just think that when he started working with Eaap, abstracts were still submitted by sending 3 paper copies to his office on a special abstract submission form. Some of us remembered it. Internet hardly exists back then. Quite a big change since then. Mike is very happily living in Wageningen with his wife and a 7-year-old son. He likes sports a lot, all kinds of sports. When he was younger, he used to do bicycle race. He has also been involved in organizing the bicycle race in Wageningen for about 20 years. He's trying to keep fit by running and playing football once a week. Actually, his figure reminds me of Marco van Basten. Allow me also to give some more personal view. I work with Mike for 15 years now, and it has always been a pleasure. He is the kind of person you can always rely on. I know that when I send an email to Mike asking something, difficult or easy, in few minutes, and I promise it's few minutes, I have the right answer, or the right suggestion, or the right document. Always helpful and available. He is the one of the colleagues everyone would love to work with. And if Eaap has developed so much in the last years, it's also because we could always count on him and his professional support. For this reason, for his commitment to Eaap, for the support to all Eaap challenges, the Council wisely decided to offer to Mike the Distinguished Service Award. And I'm personally, also because of the friendship, extremely pleased to be given to the big honor to present him and to give him this award. Please.
Listen now. What you need.
Well, thank you, Andrea, for your kind words. It's maybe a bit too much, but okay, thank you. It's always been a pleasure working for Eaap now for almost 20 years, and it has always been fun, not just work, also fun. The meetings we have in Rome these days, although I liked it better when we still went to the venue, it were journeys. No, it cannot always be fun, but those meetings in Rome are especially very, very nice, and I always liked well, the cooperation with the people at Eaap, Andrea, Eleonora, and the people that were there before. Also all the presidents, now with Matthias. But especially I would like to mention all the presidents of the study commissions, because they do all the hard work. They have to review the abstracts, have to create a program. And I'm not going to say which commission I like best or which commission is greater, like Erling already did. But I liked the cooperation with all the presidents so far, very, very good. And I hope to continue that for a long time. Standing here right now is nice, but it's not just me who does the work. I mean, I have colleagues in the office who replace me when I'm on holiday, like in the most important weeks in August every year, or in July, when everything has to be done for this meeting. Then I have very good colleagues who take care of everything. So it's me here now in the spotlight, but I would like to share it with my colleagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mike. Don't forget he compared you with the Christmas tree. I don't know what this means yet, but we will find out. Philippe Cheminot is unfortunately not able to come here for the first time since many years, so we will present him the award next year in Dubrovnik, and I guess he will be there then next year, around August. So we continue with the Young Scientists Award. Last year we started to give this award away to scientists which have already performed very well, also in relation to the age. So last year the winner was Massimo Temaki, who's also here from Italy. This year is someone else, of course, and I want to ask Isabel on stage to present it.
Thanks, Matthias. It will be my pleasure today to present you the Young Scientist Award, which was established last year in 2016. The objective of the EAP in establishing this award was to distinguish an early career scientist who had a good scientific curriculum, an outstanding performance in the European context, and a high involvement in EAP activities. The award, apart from the scientific recognition, implies that the name of this person will be in this plaque of honor, and that he or she will receive an invitation for the meeting next year, and they'll also have an invitation to present a talk, an invited paper. We received several candidacies this year, several proposals, and we decided that the Young Scientist Award this year would go to Eleni Tsipaklu, who is assistant professor at the Department of Animal Nutrition in the Agricultural University of Athens. So, Eleni, congratulations. And
thank you, Isabel. First of all, I would like to thank EAP from this award, which is very important and great honor for a young scientist like me. Secondly, I would like to thank Professor Zervas for his help and because he encouraged me to get involved with the EAP and with the animal science. And finally, this award, I would like to dedicate it to my parents. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We have 2 awards now to give away. The Novus Traveler Grant. I don't have any clue who is receiving this, Al, but you should know. Al Kurtz is here, and he's a representative of the Animal Dairy Science Association. Al, if you want to come to the stage and give it away, whoever shows up first will get the award. We need the name. Yeah. You got the name.
On behalf of the American Dairy Science Association and with the sponsorship of Novus International, it's my pleasure to present this travel award to Carlotta Giromini from the University of Milano in Italy. So Carlotta, if you'll come forward. She will be able to travel to the ADSA meeting next year, which will be in Knoxville, Tennessee, which also happens to be the home of the University of Tennessee, and right near the edge of the Great Smoky National Park, the most visited national park in the U.S. So it's my pleasure to introduce you to Carlotta.
Mike, if I can ask you to come up here again, not to give your award away, but he's also giving an award, which is the Wageningen Academic Award. Again, I have no clue who is receiving this. Do you know? This helps. This helps.
Yes, I have been told the name of the winner. The Wageningen Academic Publishers Award means a free registration for next year's meeting in Dubrovnik, Croatia. And this prize goes to Beati Raymond.
We have one more, and this will be presented by you, Pauline. Does this come by surprise? Then it's better, because this time I know the name of the student who will get the award. It's the Wilhelm Schaumann Stiftung Award. It's a German foundation giving award away every year. And it's a pleasure, I hope the student is here, to call Pascal Dünk. Here he is. Please come up here. It is more than a handshake, I can promise this, even though we don't know exactly what it is. We will inform you. Pauline will tell you. You will get the information. As you can see, we're giving away every year a number of scholarships. We're very happy to be able to do this because of the financial situation of the Eaap, which is good. And these are the names. I'm not going to call all of them. As you can see, they come from different parts of the world. It's every year really difficult to choose the people which are best because we are receiving so many applications from the many good students. So we are lucky that we can choose out of many the very, very best. Congratulations to all of you. It's nice to have you here, and I hope I see you also in the future. Give them a hand.